Hey there, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House over in Japan. How are you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? I feel like spidery today because I've got a new review of the new issue of Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man issue 21 came out on Wednesday, March the 8th, 2023. It's still priced at $3.99, but it's coming out twice a month at the moment, which I do not like. We've come back to the original writer, Zeb Wells, and John Romita Jr. is back on the art with this. Here we go, look at this cover. This is it, the story arc you've been waiting for. Sorry about that, I fell asleep. Yeah, 10 issues ago, 20 issues ago. Maybe waiting for it after a few issues, but I gave up like 10 issues ago. That was the last time Spider-Man was good. Well, fairly good. It's been a mess. This run is just ridiculous. I don't know why they've been doing it. Throwing in random events, anniversary issues, tie-ins to things that finished like 10 years ago. Could be being sarcastic, but you can see I'm not happy with this. So anyway, is it any good? Is it worth buying? Well, it depends, doesn't it? Do you like to suffer? Are you a sadist? Are you a masochist? Do you want pain in your life? If you do, give it a try. You know, because this actually does hint at a decent story, but it just feels like way too little, too late to me. I tell you. The art's okay. Looking for positives, yeah, the art's okay. It's John Romita Jr. If you don't like his style, you won't like it. If you do, there's some pretty good pages. There's a huge waste of 2 pages in here. Double page spread, wait till you see it. With 3 words on. They wasted a double page spread to say 1 year earlier. Great. There's also, I don't know, flashbacks to, you know, oh, remember issue whatever 850 something? No. Remember this that happened in 552? No, no idea. It's just lazy to me. It's like, they've built this up so much that I really don't think most people don't give a crap anymore about it. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not happy and wasn't impressed with this. But saying all that, it's not even, you know, it's not even that bad an issue as a standalone. Starting a story, but you still don't get any explanations. You get some like random villain from the past who nobody remembers apart from, you know, long-term fans who've got huge Spider-Man knowledge. Anyway, have a look at this. I want to show you I don't often go to this site anymore. It's not very good, not very accurate, but for once it kind of is, even though there are only 4 critic reviews for this so far. Only 4, think about that. This is Comic Book Roundup, which kind of specialises in shill reviews unless it's written by people who work at Weird Science who actually write honest reviews. He gives it a good one. Look at this. We've got Gabe Hernandez from Weird Science, 8.5 out of 10. He's giving it a chance. Very briefly, you just read, it begins a long-awaited arc to explain what happened. Action, intrigue, pacing are all on point. There we go, but is it too late? Then another 8.5, and then we got a drop. This is very rare for the critics. 6 and a 4.5 from AIPT. That is rare. They normally give everything like 10s and 9s. So there we go. That's only 4 critic reviews. Let's have a quick look at the users. Starts off with 9, 8, 7.5 positive ones. People complaining about these ratings being ridiculous. And then we get a more measured or more honest reviews here. 7, 7, maybe a 5. And then at the bottom, of course, you get the really, really negative ones. 3, a random 6, and then 3, 2, 2, 1, even a couple of 1s. Now, I think 1's going too far because, as I said, as a standalone issue, it kind of works. It's all right. It's not terrible, but it's just what they've been doing up until this point. They've just lost so many readers, including me. Now, I know it's kind of ironic I'm saying that because I've got this review, haven't I? Yeah, great, what are you talking about? But I'm going to follow this until issue 25 when it's supposed to, you know, end this crazy mystery, and it's going to be the end, maybe the end of Zeb Wells' run, because I'm sure it's not been popular. Yeah, so there we go. That's it. That's my 10 yen. So, as always, I'll give a story summary. I'll show you some of the art. So, if you want to know what happens, please keep watching. Here we go. A year and a half ago, something mysterious happened to Peter Parker. During that mysterious happening and the ensuing 6 months, Peter burned bridges with his friends, loved ones and fellow superheroes, to the point where Norman Osborn was the only person who would give Peter the time of day. And if that weren't enough, Mary Jane Watson came out of the experience in a new relationship and as the mother to 2 children. Peter has since gotten his life back on track, taking a job at the new Oscorp, righting himself with the people he cares about, and rekindling an old flame with Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat. But the shadow of what happened to Spider-Man has loomed over his life like an ever-present spectre. You're about to learn what happened. The question is though, does anyone even care anymore? Okay, here we go. We open with Peter waking up in his apartment thinking it's Saturday morning, but it's not, it's actually Friday. He's late, he's rushing to work. He's got a minute to spare, he's a genius. No, he can't find his keys. Switch scenes to MJ's apartment where she's living with Paul and 2 kids. Still not sure how they're connected. We haven't had a full explanation, maybe we'll never get one. But you know what? I'm past caring. They're planning a day out at the park. The kids don't seem happy. The boy doesn't seem to want to go. And the girl's asking if clowns have ears. MJ looks exasperated. We're never getting out of this house. Peter's talking about it being spring and sunny, but when MJ steps out of the apartment, it seems to be snowing there. Why is it snowing? Okay, says Peter, what's everyone staring at? Oh no. Paul? I see it. It appears to be a tornado. It's him, says Paul. Mommy, we're scared. And then we get this little dialogue box saying the Scribble Man is back. Scribble Man? Okay. Paul takes the kids. MJ, what does she do? She calls Peter. Peter, do you see it? I think so. What is it? He's back. Do you hear me? It's him. Then in huge letters at the bottom panel, he came back. Turn the page and we get this. 2 pages dedicated to 3 words. 1 year earlier. What a waste of space. They could have made that a text box at the beginning of a new page, you know, filled with art and panels, but oh no. Marvel Comics. It just sums them up, doesn't it, at the moment? Then we switch to Rikers Island. The group of armed guards are trying to get into what looks like a cell block door, which is strangely tied up with, is it cables? We hear a name. What did you do to the door, Rabin? Inside the cell, there are bodies on the floor, a terrified looking prisoner, and a bare-chested man with what appear to be tattoos on his arms. He's got a weird haircut. He speaks some strange language to the prisoner. Kuhul Ajor, disciple. The prisoner replies, calling him emissary. And then the tattooed man is talking about equations, sacrifices, feeding a god of death. Then he kills a prisoner in cold blood. He's talking about a road of blood will lead him there, wherever there is. But then we switch scenes to what looks like Peter and MJ's apartment, or possible apartment. Outside the window, there's a golden looking figure. It's a strange tattooed man. Come with me, he says. MJ, get back. How the hell did he do that? The tattooed man asks if they remember him. Peter's not sure. And then the tattooed man says this weird dialogue again. The road of blood led to you. You are the sun-blooded clown priest. Sun-blooded clown priest? You what? Then he talks of Peter's death will bring about the end of all things, making way for the final sacrifice. Peter goes on the attack but gets blown backwards by some kind of energy blast. Peter! The tattooed man grabs Mary Jane's wrist, which is important for later. But then she stares, she can see things. She starts talking to him. I see you flooding the world with blood. Recovering quickly, Peter knocks the man out of the apartment block. He's falling, and he seems to be laughing. Crash! Hits the ground. Then we hear a voice. Oh, thank God you're okay. It's Spider-Man swinging down. The tattooed man speaks of mighty Wyep, cleaving your heart. Peter silences him with a quick shot of web to the mouth. Peter's clearly angry here. He's raining down punches on the tattooed man. He rips off the web from the tattooed man's mouth, and the man speaks. Please, I'm done fighting. He puts his hands up in what appears to be a surrender pose. Surely Spider-Man's not going to fall for that, is he? Gah! Of course he is. Here we see the man grab Peter's chest. We've got these 2 weird looking, I don't know, energy balls or something. And then Peter remembers something. He says a name. Rabin. Yes, replies the man. And I have no idea what's going on because if you've been watching my videos for a bit, I jumped back into Spider-Man with Zeb Wells' run. I nearly jumped out after like 9 issues because it's just been crazily bad for like the last 10 or more issues. The tattooed man, Rabin, is telling Peter that you banished my deity, stole my chance to be its emissary, to wield its power, but will try again. I've marked you for vengeance. And then he tells Peter that he's marked another for sacrifice. Well, I'm sure we can guess who that's going to be, can't we? Switch scenes to MJ and she sees something on her wrist. It looks like an Apple Watch. No, it doesn't. Something glowing on her wrist. Oh my god, what's this? Okay, let me end my story summary here. Well, that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me show you the preview for next issue's cover. Here we go. We've got, I don't know, Mayan god, Aztec god, it looks like, chewing Spider-Man's mask on the cover of issue 22, which is out in 2 weeks. I tell you, I don't know, mate. I'm gonna cover it at least until 25. We'll see how it goes, because we've got to find out what it was that Peter did. See how it goes. But yeah, I tell you, I'm not feeling this at all. Okay, sorry for the kind of downbeat negative review or the sarcasm, but this series has lost me. It lost me about 10 issues ago. So it's a shame, because I thought it started well, it showed promise. But anyway, enough waffling from me. As always, if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this issue. Yeah, much better than it has been recently, but I tell you, it feels like too little too late. So this is Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House, signing off for the night. Matane.